had long before convinced myself that I preferred being alone. I often said to myself in encouragement, yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself. But there was a certain bitterness that, coupled with being alone, made me feel so sad. There was a difference between being alone and lonely. I just didn't realize it at that moment. And even after that moment, my father, my mother, there was no one to turn to. I was so lonely. That's when I decided on it right then. I was going to see my grandfather. I didn't care if my father wouldn't take me. I was going to walk all my way. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I had never met him. I have never seen him before that. What better time to see him then? If no one else was going to help me with what I was feeling, I might as well have turned to him. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with the address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. Oh, that's so cute. I soon became lost, and like I always did when I felt lost, I just stood there on the sidewalk, back pressed up against the wall and eyes looking at the strangers passing by. And like always, people continued to pass by and life continued to go on. I was sadder than ever. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking that I could change things with my own hands. That was until a voice brought me back to reality.
Hun, is that you?
I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever was talking to me knew who I was. And from that moment, things began to change. Life began moving its rusty joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I became part of the crowd and moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past me. Life had changed. I had changed. Because the very person who found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them, though would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement that I had imagined when I first moved in. There was a matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. What would be really cool, I don't know if this is actually, I doubt this is going to be a feature of the game, but what would be really cool is if we were able to pair off certain people, like of the 5 brothers, we would pair them off with my best friends. Because I totally see Suzu and Sam getting along. I just feel like Suzu and Sam would get along, and James and Naomi would get along, or even Naomi and Eric, I think would get along too. So I doubt that's gonna happen, but just a thought. Um, there was a matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. I mean, even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys living in my house? Wow, Dad would have a fit, or would Dad even care? I'm sure he would, but man, imagine he would be like, "This is what Grandpa wanted for my daughter." He'd think Grandpa was behind it. He'd be like, "Yeah, that's why I gave her my estate so I could, put my daughter through this big giant sex orgy, whatever." This sounds like this sounds like a reality TV show. Throw 5 demon incubi and 1 girl, and then here we go. The ratings would go through the roof. Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think of I was a part of a harem or something. Oh God, imagine my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think we would have had them arrested on the spot. Ugh, this was hard. Maybe I should have written out the pros and cons list before actually having to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Thanks, Grandpa. It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little, but it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the same exact situation that I was in before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would help ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as that sounded. So at least the game, even though it's not giving you decisions, it's giving you reasons as to why you might allow 5 demons into your house. despite our best judgment. Clenching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could.
What was that, lovely lady?
That is,
Spit it out already.
Hey, watch your mouth, Sam. My hands are already clenched into fists. You should know better than to say stuff like that when both of my hands are clenched in fists. You could stay with me here if you'd like. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads from my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and, well, I just moved into this giant house, so it seemed like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though there are two things that I need all of you to follow.
Yes?
Don't eat me. First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that might harm me or any guests that come over. Well, save for enemies, but you get the drift.
That sounds reasonable.
And I pretty much am at the mercy of their word, because if they really wanted to use their powers on me or my guests, I can't really stop them very easily, except for Sam. Sam, I would just keep punching in the face. Second, you will have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so yeah.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
I would say no, but this would be a ridiculously short story and playthrough of this game if I said no. It's all right, really. I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
Oh boy, I've got 5 hot man-slave demons at my house. Dream come true.
What? Are you serious?
Punch. There should be like a button, a separate button or a key that I just automatically like punch Sam. I don't know. I don't hate Sam. I really don't hate Sam. You know, I don't want any ill things to happen to him, but just punching him in the face has just been so there's just something about punching Sam in the face. It's like Lucy like pulling the football away from Charlie Brown. Okay, fine. I hate that. I hate when Lucy does that. I hate her. That with a burning passion, but I'm sure her satisfaction of that is her guilty pleasure of that is similar to my guilty pleasure of punching Sam in the face.
Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
Damien is so cute. Look at that giggle. Damien is so cute. They all seem to like the idea, except for Sam. And hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys help me with taking care of the house. They should make burgers. That's what they made for me. The 5 guys made burgers for me, given they would follow the rules that I had just laid down.
Grr, fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
I wonder who these group of punks are.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yes, this is awesome.
Slumber party.
Also beautiful. If you need a bedfellow.
Eric.
Eric, knock it off.
I was happy that they agreed. Maybe because I wasn't going to be lonely for a while. Maybe it was because they all needed help and want to help people and my want to help people was fulfilled. I could never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with the food on the table. I noticed James's eyes twitching in irritation, so I stifled my incoming laugh.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. Wait, what was it?
Still, that's no excuse.
But I did, so I didn't. So then... I'm not sure.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James.
Still, that's no
I almost couldn't hold it in. But I did, so I didn't. So then... Oh, I see. I almost couldn't hold it in, so I didn't. This is really confusing. I couldn't hold it in, so, but I did, so I didn't. So then I looked back at Damien, who had been silent the whole time. He was leaning against the far wall, moving his lips almost silently to the empty space beside him. Out of curiosity, I looked the same way, though I found nothing there.
It's nothing.
What's Damien doing? Uh-huh. I looked back to Damien, looking at me with his normal blank face. I couldn't help but stare back, feeling the red tint of embarrassment spreading across my face. As I stared, Damien gave a very small smile and closed his eyes, returning to his thoughts. I'm wondering what all of the individual powers, besides the mind control stuff. Because, I mean, Damien can read minds. I'm assuming I'm gonna... Oh, Matthew can make things appear. Like, he can make stuff. I'm not really sure about James, Eric, and Sam yet. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. They made me feel like a part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace was soon disturbed. Oh gosh. Huh? Oh, it's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
Hi, Mom. Everything's fine. I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night to celebrate the new house and all.
Oh, a house party tomorrow night. So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with events.
Oh no. I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. I was expected to act on the drop of a dime, from moving immediately the day after a funeral to my grandfather's house to now organizing a party? I know, well, since I don't exactly have you two here to help me arrange it, I'm going to need some time to prepare things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father is.
Oh boy. I know, I have to do it myself. He won't help.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
Great. Love you too, Mom. I love you too, Mom. Great. Now how am I going to do this?
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
He was listening in. Damien, we're going to have to talk about privacy. How did you... Oh, right. Mind reading. But yeah, I got to do it soon or my parents will be really disappointed. I'll have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
Of course, my man-slaves.
I don't see why not.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Thanks, Sam.
Sam?
Back off!
Wow.
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer to help right off the bat. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. Now I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I couldn't help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, princess?
Don't get any ideas, Eric. Yeah, it's been a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend, so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, where are you all going to sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Oh, got it. All right, then I'm heading to my room to study and sleep. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a good night.
I will. You too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room.
Eric, no.
Oh gosh, Eric.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Sure.
Yes, he was.
Nice, thank you, Damien. That is why I want Damien to be the one protecting me. He would be the great bodyguard, because he knows what these guys are thinking.
Shh.
As soon as I got into my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? I just woke up from that nap. I dragged myself to my bed and hauled up one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed my economics book, knowing that no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before sleeping at last. The words on the page scrambled in my mind as I read through them, but after 2 or 3 tries, I managed to understand what the page was about. Equations, ugh. Finally, I decided to change into my pajamas and head to bed. Today had been a long day, and I needed the rest. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprises in a row would kill me. With that thought in my mind, I drifted to sleep, embracing the darkness of slumber.
You fucking pretty boys think you're all that, huh? Well, save that to the end of my pistol!
What? Huh? What's going on? I couldn't move my body. I felt like I was tied up, and I couldn't see anything beyond the darkness that surrounded me. Yet I could hear the sounds of a heated argument coming at me from all directions.
One move and she gets
Wow,
it!
this is really scary.
Let her go!
Let her go. Matthew?
Come on, chicken shit. Fight us like a real man.
Like you scare me, Sam! Come on! Take one step, I dare ya.
Why can't I see?
Stay away from her, Malix!
Malix?
And what are you gonna do, nerd boy?
Suddenly, I felt myself pulled to one side and arms wrapped around my body protectively. Is that Damien?
I've got you.
Oh no, it's Eric. Eric's got me. Okay. Thank you, Eric. Huh? Eric? And as I was held in a tight embrace, I felt the world around me once again settle into a low, peaceful hum. The hostility of the dream the dream before had faded into black as the arms around me rocked me comfortingly. Slowly, though, my eyes fluttered open, and I looked up at the person holding me. Damien? I stared into the eyes of Damien. His face was painted with worry and concern, and I knew he must have seen my dream. Why did I dream of Eric holding me, though?
You can't control your dreams.
Oh, well, I guess you're right. Damien's so sweet. So sweet.
Are you okay?
I love both Damien and Matthew. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. What time is it?
It's 9 a.m. James and I were making breakfast when well...
You can't control your mind reading?
No, not yet at least. I hope to learn eventually, though.
Oh, you can't control it. Okay.
Is everything all right?
So maybe this is part of their training, like getting to fine-tune their powers. Because Matthew, he's still, his powers, doesn't have full control over either, because what he ended up making, the stuffed animal, wasn't exactly what he was thinking. Huh? Yeah, I'm all right.
That's good. I'm assuming you had a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sorry for disturbing you both.
You didn't
Malix.
disturb us, miss. Besides, we'd rather make sure you're okay before anything.
Can I tell them about Malix? Maybe there's something to this dream. Oh, thank you.
Now, why don't you come downstairs with us and have some breakfast? I'm sure some nice food will take your mind off of what you dreamt of.
It was embarrassing to be the damsel in distress once again, but I felt rather happy that James and Damien were concerned for me, despite only knowing me for a short time. I wasn't sure if it was just courtesy or if they were genuinely concerned. I couldn't exactly read their minds. All right. The two boys led me back to the dining room, where the smell of bacon and eggs danced in the air. The smell wafted from the kitchen and made its way into the room, making my stomach growl in need. Breakfast smells good.
We should be done with breakfast soon. If you want to sit down at the table, you can.
I nodded before sitting down. As I sat down, however, my mind drifted back to the dream I had. That feeling of hostility around me made my body shudder instinctively, even though I knew it wasn't real. Are you sure? However, as my eyes closed, I felt a hand place itself on top of my head, breaking me out of my thoughts. Huh? Is this Sam or Matthew?
Morning. You all
I
right?
called it. Yeah, I'm fine. Sam, the owner of the hand on my head, raised an eyebrow at me before rustling my hair and moving away to sit down at the table. He then barked towards the kitchen, where James was working.
Hey! Is the food done yet? I'm starving!
First thing in the morning, Sam.
There's no need to yell, Sam!
You're yelling too!
Don't argue with me!
These brothers. From behind me, Eric appeared and sat beside me, rubbing his temples in obvious annoyance.
Can we not yell this early in the morning? It's not like we're in the castle.
The castle? Is that where you guys are from? Castle? For some reason, when I heard the word castle, I couldn't help but yell in surprise. These guys had a castle? Sam looked at me and smirked at my reaction.
Yeah, we have a castle back home. Our dining room's 10 times bigger than this room.
Then wouldn't it be logical to not yell?
Whatever.
Soon, James and Damien appeared, hands full of plates that carried bacon, eggs, toast, and waffles. Wow, these guys go at it. They placed the plates down by each seat before seating themselves.
My favorite.
Finally.
Thank you for breakfast. It looks amazing.
It's our pleasure.
All of a sudden, my phone began to ring, ushering me to pull it from my pocket and answer. Hello?
Hey, good morning. Guess who's at your door right
Oh,
now?
God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Right on cue, there was a knock from the lobby door. My heart stopped. Suzu and Naomi were there.
I'll get it.
Oh, no. My heart quickly began to pound in my chest. Matthew was in the lobby, and he'd get to the door first. I instantly jumped out of my chair and rushed out to the dining room. As I passed through the archway between the dining room and lobby, I saw Matthew reach his hand for the brass door handle, causing the world to go into slow motion. Matthew, don't! But before my words could reach his ears, Matthew had opened the door and revealed the surprised faces of Naomi and Suzu. Girls. Girls. Ugh. Oh, please let me fix these girls up. Please let me fix my best friends up with demons. Yay. The world around me stopped as Suzu and Naomi kept their eyes on Matthew, who merely stared back in fear and embarrassment. I could feel the air go from warm to freezing in a matter of seconds.
Hi?
So far, I want to ask you guys, put it down in the comments, now that you've kind of had a feel for all of the characters, put down in your comments who your favorite guy is, which of the incubi, which of the 5 is your personal favorite and why. I'm just really curious, very curious. I could not believe what was happening. How was I going to explain this? This week was already bad enough. To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Who are you?
Thank you, Suzu. I kind of figured she would be the one to break the silence. Suzu, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's at the door, Matthew? Oh.
Oh. Soon the other incubi appeared in the lobby with us. The situation was not getting pretty. I had to think fast. They're in your head. They're visitors. They're my brothers. They're visitors.
Then why did one of them open the door?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I open the door when I visit people sometimes. It happens. It was no use. There was no time to lie to them. I felt helpless. These are my 5 incubi. They feed off of my sexual energy. You guys want to hang out? Then I felt a hand on my shoulder and felt the tension in my body almost fade away. I turned my head to see James smile at me before stepping in front of me.
We must apologize, ladies. We know this situation must be confusing for everyone. Let's take this to the dining room and we'll explain everything.
Okay. I stared at James wide-eyed. Was he going to tell them who they were? Everything seemed unreal and surreal. No, James is smart enough. I think he's going to give them some sort of cover story. Before I knew it, I was led to the dining room along with Suzu and Naomi and sat across from their confused gazes. As Naomi and Suzu sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their untouched plates of food in front of them. Oh, that's sweet. Surprising their guests.
Whoa, this looks amazing!
Thank you!
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meals.
Make sure you dig in!
I looked at Naomi and Suzu as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal. As Naomi and Suzu ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So, Anderson, are you gonna tell us what's going on?
I think James has got that covered. Well, you see, Gently, James placed a hand on my shoulder again, signaling me to just eat my food. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants. We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but since he has passed, we now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
Good one, James. I figured as much.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Well, Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
There we go.
Yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
Sam. Sam, shut your mouth. Not right now.
We're sorry if we made this situation awkward earlier.
We're very sure that Miss Anderson is also still getting used to having us as her servants. It would be very hard to explain after just a day.
I guess.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill.
Aw, thank you, girls. You're so sweet.
Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff.
Right.
Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
Oh, the Pink Lady Cafe.
There's an arcade?
Oh, boy.
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Huh? Preparing for what?
The party.
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
I thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
This housewarming thing is more important.
There we go.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
Seriously?
Sam, not now.
Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time I wanted to go out with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. See, if I go out with Suzu and Naomi, I don't know. I just feel like... I don't know if I feel like I might end up blowing the guys' cover, and I feel like I don't want to blow their cover this soon right now. I don't want to blow off Suzu and Naomi, but right now, you know, I'll just stay and help around the house.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Besides, it is my housewarming party. I should help out too. I mean, that's just me as a personally me. Like, if I'm throwing a housewarming party or any other party or any event, I'm a big event planning person. I want to get my hands on the planning. I want to get my hands on it. So it kind of fits my personality too.
Want us to help out as well?
I think we got it all taken care of. Thanks though, girls.
All right. We'll head on out then, so we're not in the way.
Sorry, guys. I'll hang out with you guys soon.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the housewarming
See, there we
party
go.
tonight.
I can hang out with them. I can hang out with them at the housewarming party. There we go. Thank you. I led them back into the lobby and walked them to the doors, opening it for them with a thankful smile. They both gave me hugs before walking out to Naomi's car, who was parked in the driveway. Whew. Crisis averted.